Hey guys, what is up? This is Cam Jennings, aka Cam Fats, coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com. I hope you guys are doing amazing out there. It is Saturday afternoon. It is about 4 p.m. right here in the great state of Ohio, and I'm having a dandy old time. I just wanted to do this video for you guys really quick. And this video is about consistency. I wanted to give you guys some tips and strategies for being more consistent with what you're trying to do online. I feel like I'm a little bit of I don't want to say an expert on this subject, but I have been able to prove myself to be very consistent over the years. This month, actually, March, is a special month for me because it marks the 5-year anniversary of my digital publishing company, Epic Conversions. That's right. On March 3rd, 2016, I launched Epic Conversions. So this month, 5 years ago. And then, like a few months later in October, I launched my Insiders Club, which was it's a membership program, and I've been running that for almost 5 years too. So these two things have been a big part of my business over these last 5 years. Now, a lot of you guys out there, you might not have been running anything online for 5 years. My stuff has been running and profitable for 5 years. So if that's interesting to you, that I've been able to do that and do it profitably for 5 years, then this video might matter to you. What I can tell you is I talk to a lot of people online, a lot of people trying to start online businesses and trying to grow their online businesses. And one of the biggest things they have trouble with is consistency. All right. So how was I able to be consistent for 5 years? How have I been able to do that? I'll give you a few tips. I'll give you 4 things here, maybe 5. I don't know. I'm gonna spit some things off that were important to me. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? The first thing I would say, guys, when it comes to being consistent with your business, is like for me personally, I operate on a project basis. I try not to take on projects that are just like a never-ending commitment. Like let's say, here's a good example. I started a podcast at the beginning of this year. It's called One Step Away, and that's great, right? But a lot of people, when they start a new podcast, they don't have an end date. They're just like, I'm going to start a new podcast about bicycles or about movies or something, right? They don't think about an end date. They just say, hey, I'm going to start a new thing about this. Let's see what it does, right? I don't operate that way. I never have, and it doesn't work for me, and I really don't think it works for anybody, to be honest with you. I think it gets very difficult to do a project that doesn't have an end date. I think if you have an end date for a project, then you could be more focused on what you're trying to accomplish within that time frame, right? So that makes a lot more sense to me. When it comes to that One Step Away podcast, it's a 1-year project, right? 5 days a week for 1 year, right? That's the project has an end date. And I think this is valuable because it keeps you moving forward when it comes to your business. You don't just stagnate on one thing. You're kind of making moves and you're doing different things around your business to try to, grow it and make it better. So that's not to say you can't continue something. Like with One Step Away, once that project reaches its 1-year mark, I can come back for a season 2 if I want to. If I really am enjoying the project and it's doing very, very well, I'll say, hey, you know what? Let's run it back. Let's do a season 2. I'll do it the whole thing for 2022 as well. You know what I mean? We'll run it right back. So you can do that. You can do a season 2 of a project or whatever you're doing. It not necessarily a podcast. It could be something else. It could be anything. I generally like to have end dates to projects. I don't want to run them forever. I can always run them back if I need to. I can always do a season 2 or a part 2 or whatever. There's always a way to revisit it if you're not done with it. The next thing, this is the number 2 that I would say that helps with consistency, is don't be afraid to pivot or adjust what you're doing. For instance, I've been running the Insiders Club for 5 years. I've been running the Insiders Club. That's my membership program. And when I first started the Insiders Club, it was it had this idea of, I wanted to give people the latest 3 products that I released, and I had planned on putting out a new product every month, and this was going to be like my discount membership program, and they got access to my latest 3. Whenever I put out a new one, the oldest one drops off. They always had access to those 3, and I was like, yeah, that's my main benefit, and then maybe I'll put some extra stuff in there, and that's what I did for a little while. But then when I decided I wanted to pivot a little bit, and I moved to a 3 pillars of value type model. So I kept the 3 products that I was putting in there, but I added like a PLR package every month, and I added a group coaching element every month. So I pivoted a little bit. So what your project is, as long as you have that end goal in mind for the project, it's fine to pivot it a little bit if you need to. I think adjusting things is a key part of what I do personally. Most things that I set out to do, they end up getting adjusted a little bit. It's not usually exactly what I had on the battle plan when I first started. Usually I have to adjust a few things to get it working correctly. That's been my experience anyway. So don't be afraid to pivot a little bit. It doesn't mean you need to shut down the whole project just because you're pivoting a little bit, especially big things, So just something to keep in mind. Don't be afraid to pivot or adjust what you're doing. So number 3, I would say keep your projects moving forward on a daily basis, right? If you have a project, keep that thing moving forward, right? I'm not saying you can't take a day off here and there, but for the most part, you need to be doing at least one thing a day to keep your projects moving forward every single day, right? Something has to be happening productivity wise, right? I'm not talking about reading the latest self-help book or the latest marketing book that's trendy right now. I'm talking about like productivity, right? Reading and education is great, but what can you do on a daily basis that would be productive, that would move your business forward a little, your project forward a little bit, right? So this is something that I have lived by. I usually try to do 1 to 5 things every single day to move my project forward, right? 1 to 5 things every day. Now, me personally, in 2021, I've been taking the weekends off. Now, I'm not taking my weekends off right now because I'm gearing up for a launch, right? We're getting ready to launch a product later this month. So I've been kind of working my weekends. But for the most part this year, I would like to take my weekends off. But on the days that I'm not taking weekends off, I want to move my projects forward. At least one thing every single day. It needs to get it done. All right. So that's number 3. And number 4 is interesting. Number 4 is, I would say, and this kind of ties into this launch I was telling you about. Number 4 is choose your projects wisely, right? Choose your projects and choose your moves that you're making. Don't choose them, don't haphazardly choose them. Don't make quick snap decisions when you choose things. Plan it out and make a good decision before you jump into a project. Just think about it. I'm not saying think about it forever, but give it a little bit of thought and play it out in your mind how it should go, okay, before you jump into it. For example, I mentioned that I was doing a software. I mentioned that I was launching a product later this month with a couple of colleagues of mine. Now, it happens to be a software, right? And I have never launched a software for Epic Conversions. The whole 5 years that I have done Epic Conversions, I have never took a software public, right? Not that I haven't tried. There's been a couple of times that I have tried to make something happen, but it didn't work out, right? It didn't work out. Why not? Why not? Well, I'll tell you, I have a pretty I don't know, a pretty picky opinion when it comes to software. I kind of demand a high level of quality when it comes to software. Most softwares that I see, I wouldn't use them as a customer, so I wouldn't promote them as an affiliate, and I definitely don't want to sell them as a vendor. I find them less than impressive for the most part. So that's probably a big part of why for 5 years now I've never launched a piece of software. I haven't been able to find anything that met my standards of what was important to people or what mattered or anything like that, right? So you might wonder, well, if that's true, what is it that you're launching now? Why does this software matter all of a sudden? Right? Well, it does matter. That's the bottom line. This software that we're getting ready to launch on the 24th of this month is called Inbox Equalizer. It is an email marketing software, but it also has training in there to help you build your list, right? This software is important, right? It's important for everyone who wants to have an online business, right? So I want to show you just one feature of Inbox Equalizer. I just want to show you something. It's kind of a game changer, but check this out. Let me show you something. This right here, is my promotions tab in my Gmail account. My promotions tab. All these poor, unfortunate souls could not make it to my inbox. They landed in my promotions tab. Now, I recently signed up for HBO Max, and as we see here, HBO, they're not good enough to land in my inbox. They landed right in my promotions tab. You kind of wonder why. What is in this email? What is in this title that would make them land in my promotions tab? Or Netgear. Freaking Netgear. Not good enough to land in my inbox. They're landing in my promotions tab. Why? Let's take these two examples of HBO and Netgear, and I want to use these as an example to show you this software that we're putting out on the 24th of this month, because I believe this software is special, and I believe it can help all of you, okay? So anyways, I want to take this, and I want to just copy the headline, copy the subject line. We're going to take it over to Inbox Equalizer. This is the software. You guys are getting a sneak peek. This is the software we're going to be releasing on the 24th of this month in a few weeks. All right. Check this out. We're going to go to the tools. We're going to go to subject line generator. It's not just a subject line generator. It's also a subject line analyzer. And I think that this idea of analyzing subject lines is gold. It's absolute gold. So my internet connection's a little slow today, but let's let this thing load up really quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We're going to do a little detective work and see if we can figure out why Netgear ended up in my promotions tab. How come they couldn't get to my valuable inbox, right? If Netgear had Inbox Equalizer, I bet you they could have landed in my inbox. Let's type this in. Boom. Save $100 on our most popular RAX Wi-Fi 6 router. Well, Inbox Equalizer rates this at a C, a 52. That's not very good. You know, Jorge, the man who programmed Inbox Equalizer, tells me that people should be aiming for like a 97 to ensure that their subject lines are not going to contribute to them entering into a promotions tab, right? A 97. Now, Inbox Equalizer will give you suggestions on how to fix the subject line, and it'll do it in real time. All right. Let's grab another one. Now, look, Inbox Equalizer can analyze this email itself too. The copy in this email, Inbox Equalizer can analyze this too. I'm not going to get into that right now. I just want to look at the subject line. Let me go back to my promotions tab, and I want to pull this HBO email as well. We're gonna do two of them, right? This is HBO. I mean, if HBO doesn't have authority to land in an inbox, My goodness gracious. Imagine what these EMS algorithms will do to you. HBO is a little better. It's a 92, but it's not the 97 that Jorge told me that we should be aiming for, right? So it's still a little off, right? So anyways, Inbox Equalizer is here to help you write better emails and subject lines, okay? Character length is right on option 1. This is our Netgear email, okay? 14.58% of the characters are uppercase. Try to keep it below 10%. Oh, okay. Too many uppercase letters, huh? Okay. Let's take it down. What else? 100 is a possible spam word. Try to avoid it. 100 is a possible spam word. Try to avoid it. So how about if we say save 100? Oh, now we're up to 77. Save 100 on our most popular RAX Wi-Fi 6 router, up to 100. Okay? Save is a possible spam word. Try to avoid it. Let's just get rid of save. 100 on our most popular, what is 100 on our most popular RAX Wi-Fi 6 router. Keep 100. This is just off the top of my head. Keep 100 on our most popular RAX Wi-Fi router. Takes this one to a 97%, and that is what Jorge says we should be aiming for with these subject lines. 7.41% of the characters are uppercase. Nice. Try using a symbol like a question mark or an exclamation point, right? Boom. And that with that. And we have, right there, we have made this subject line better. We have made it more likely to land in an inbox and less likely to be sent to a spam folder, which is exactly what happened in Netgear. Now, the one thing I would say is these subject lines still have to make sense. Just because we got past the spam filter, just because we got past the promotions tab and we're in the inbox, that doesn't mean that people are going to open up the subject line once it gets there. So just keep in mind, you still want this subject line to be appealing to a real person, right? It's only the first part of the battle to get past the spam filters. But the thing is, listen, if you got a company like Netgear who's having trouble hitting my inbox, then what do you think people with no authority are having? Lots of trouble hitting the inbox. So anyways, this is right here really great. Let's fix this one for HBO. Last chance to stream Judas the Black Messiah. 12% of the characters are uppercase, right? Chance. Stream. Now we've boosted it, right? Last chance to stream, right there. You're using symbols like question mark or exclamation point. Nice. Try using numbers. Sometimes it's a good idea. Last chance to stream this one. Judas and the Last Messiah. That's it, right? Instantly, we have made these better. We have made these better as far as the algorithms are concerned. We have increased our chances of putting these emails into the inbox with a better, more compliant subject line. Now, I will say, as someone who's been doing email marketing for years, I think this one might need a little bit of work when it comes to readability for a person, right? It's okay. Last chance to stream this one. I personally like last chance to stream this better. And it's still a 97, which is pretty good. I don't know. And if I sit here and think about it, I could probably find a way to like put a number in there, to make it even better. But at the same time, I think you got to be happy with a window between 97 and 100, especially like when we're talking about, hey, I got to consider readability for actual people too. I don't want to put like numbers in there where they don't even hardly make sense now, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, the other thing that I want to show you about Inbox Equalizer today, besides just being able to fix subject lines effortlessly, I love the way that this can analyze subject lines in real time and help you make them better. It's fantastic. The other thing I want to show you today is this training, right? We've taken the time to include a lot of training in here on helping you write better emails, better subject lines, just a lot of training in here. I've even put my own personal training in here under additional training. League of List Builders. This isn't out yet, guys. I'll have Jorge fix this. This says list of list builders right now. It needs to say League of List Builders. That's okay. I'll get him to fix that for me. This second one is email secrets. These are awesome. This is going to help you build your list in many different ways. There's like 23 different ways to build a list in League of List Builders. They're all awesome. They go from manual outreach all the way through paid traffic methods, right? So this is a pretty awesome course in and of itself. This right here is going to teach you multiple angles to promote things by email, right? So it's really, really cool. These are great little trainings right here by themselves, but these are additional trainings. You still have all this training for this software, because we wanted you guys, and here's some new leads training. And I told Jorge and Sid when we started with this, I said, guys, listen, we have to address the elephant in the room here. And that is the fact that many people who might be looking at our software don't even have an email list. All right. We have to take care of the people who don't even have an email list. We need to show them how to build an email list, how to get it started quickly, effectively, so that they can take advantage of this software too. Right. So that is taken care of in here. Teaching people how to build the list, teaching people how to use autoresponders and how to build lead capture pages. All that stuff is in here. Science behind email marketing, case studies on this product right here. There's a lot in here, right? This subject line analyzer is fantastic. It's not all it can do. I can just like, boom, have it generate a bunch of subject lines for me. They're all rated. And I can work with these subject lines, adapt them to whatever I'm trying to promote, and get them higher rated so that I can land in an inbox and not a promotions tab. The cool thing about Inbox Equalizer is I can do something very similar in this content checker. I can do something very similar for my ad copy right here. I can post the email copy right here. It's going to tell me what phrases and what words are very likely to end up in a promotions tab. What is going to trigger the algorithm to put me right in a junk folder, right? And that is really, really cool. It's really, really fantastic. And it can help you quite a bit, right? And I think just everyone who does email marketing, which should be everyone trying to make money online, can use a tool like this. It's very valuable. This is a cloud-based tool. So what that means is it doesn't matter if you have a Mac. It doesn't matter if you have a PC. You can still use this and access this tool. You can even use it and access it from a mobile device. You can literally make your emails better from your smartphone, fire them off once you got them perfect, and make money. It's fantastic. I am honored to be a part of this project. I might not be a part of another software project for another 5 years. I don't know. I'm picky when it comes to software. I don't like using software unless I have to. This happens to be a software that I know will help everybody, and it will help me, and I know it will help you. And yeah, so that's why it matters. And that's why I'm a part of this project. So that's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. I hope those consistency tips were helpful. I hope you think Inbox Equalizer is as cool as I think it is. Hit me up privately if you have questions about it. If you want to know more about it, hit me up. Let me know. I'll answer any questions you have. I'm going to be doing some more videos about this subject as we get closer to the 24th. But in the meantime, man, stay healthy out there. Stay strong. Keep crushing it. Make some money. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, everybody.